Well, we kind of already talked about it off camera, but I mean, obviously new to this town, new to this program. What's just kind of been the last month and a half, and what was kind of the decision to ultimately come here?
I think it was just the atmosphere and the culture that Montana State has provided. Since I've came here, I've had a whole different outlook on Montana. It's been amazing. Very welcoming, very competitive team, and just the city alone is awesome here in Bozeman. So I'm excited to be here. It's a great atmosphere. I can't wait for 22,000 people. So, yeah.
I'm sure Al Johnson probably had a little bit of a say in having you come here. I guess what were those kind of conversations when you were looking for a new home? And obviously Al Johnson came to a program that likes to run the ball pretty well.
Oh yeah, so Coach Johnson was my coach at Wisconsin, and me and him had a great relationship. And when he departed, while I was going through my decision, and then I made my decision to leave, Coach Johnson was one of the people that was there just to help me in general. It wasn't necessarily selling the pitch to Montana State. It was, where is the best fit for you? And it happened to be Montana State was that place, and it fit perfect with Coach Johnson being here too. So.
What have you thought of the run scheme so far?
It's nice. I like it. We have weapons everywhere on the field, so it's not necessarily that the spotlight is just on the running back. We like to run the ball a lot, but we have weapons where you have to respect the rest of our offense. So that's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah. Have you ever played with mobile quarterbacks as these two that are going to be playing a lot?
I think this is probably the most mobile quarterbacks I've been with, and it's awesome. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, is Tommy as fast as like almost anybody on the field?
I call him Superman. That's
Superman.
my nickname for him. Yeah.
Ty called him Captain America, so I guess he's just all the superheroes, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, before Al Johnson took this job, had you ever heard of Montana State before? Or, what did you know about Montana State at that time? It's okay if you didn't know anything.
I didn't exactly know Montana State, but I remember the ESPN game day with the Grizzly and the Montana Bobcat mascot head. But I didn't really know too much about Montana State other than that ESPN game day. So.
Well, you obviously mentioned that rivalry, and I think as you probably even keep going on, you'll realize how important it is to a lot of these people. I guess what gets you most excited about that rivalry and what you've learned so far?
I think just as being a new person to this team, honestly just gaining the respect of everybody and kind of just joining in on that culture that they already have here. I'm excited to get in on that rivalry, but I'm more excited just about the entire season alone. Not just specifically a game. Yeah, we got that one circled too for sure. But I'm excited about the entire season. I'm really excited to see what we can do. So.
What have I know it's early in fall camp, but what have been some of the differences you've seen between Wisconsin and Montana State so far?
I think really just the style of offense. It's a little bit different than your usual Wisconsin pro style offense. This one's more of a RPO type of offense, and I really like it because the ball can get spread around everywhere. I don't necessarily have to take 20, 30 carries. It could be 10, 15 carries and then spread out the ball to other weapons and have different looks for the defense. So that's kind of what's most exciting to me.
And speaking of those other weapons, a lot of capable guys in that running back room. What has it been like kind of meshing with that group so far?
It's awesome. They're very welcoming. They're very understanding in the learning process and helping me get acclimated to the offense. But they're all genuine awesome guys. Outside of football, they're all genuine awesome guys who want the best for each other. So that's what I really enjoy the most about being here.
We talked about Coach Johnson already, but Coach Mix and Coach Housewright, how has it been working with those guys so far?
It's awesome. I have a great relationship with both of them, especially Coach Mix. Coach Mix was a huge reason why I decided to come here, just because of the relationship that we had when I first came here to visit. And I can see the rest of the team, and when I talk to the other guys about Coach Mix, their thoughts about him and how he approaches things and how much he cares about the players and the team as a whole. So.
You can go into it as much as you want, but what was kind of ultimately the deciding factor to transfer out of Wisconsin? Was it a new head coach? And you can go in only just as much as you want.
I think it was just opportunity. I wanted a better opportunity in a new space. So that's how far I'll go into that.
No, that's okay.
And when you entered the portal, what kind of program were you looking for?
Honestly, there was no specific program at all. I just wanted somewhere who was gonna fit kind of what I was looking for and being a genuine team that actually kind of cared, kind of leaving the politics out of everything. I just wanted ball. I didn't want I didn't care for the big stage. I didn't care for all that. I just wanted to play ball, get film out there for people to see, to make a decision on if I was worth that next level. So.
How much did the success and the national title contention help your decision?
That, I would say that actually played another huge part, because I was in between a couple schools, and they all kind of were like, had their pros and cons, but what separated Montana State from the rest of them was the people, the competition, and what they're striving to get. They're already a national level team, and you can tell that by the way they work every day. And even when I came in to visit, you could tell by their mentality and the culture they have here. So.
Can I ask which other schools you were?
Yeah,
thinking?
as in the other schools, like so, like North Dakota. I was looking at North Dakota, Wyoming, South Dakota State, Cal, but it was just this one felt like it was the right spot. So.
Yeah.
And I guess speaking of the competition, I guess knowing that MSU likes to use a lot of different running backs, what's that been like so far? Knowing you guys are gonna be sharing the ball a lot.
It's great because to compete at a national level, you have to be able to have depth. You have to be able to have people who are going to be able to fill in when maybe your guy is tired or maybe he's banged up a little bit. Everybody has to play their part. So I really enjoy having people that all of us can play. We all understand. We all helping each other. We all have the same end goal. So it doesn't matter. The egos aren't there. I would say that the egos aren't there. We all have the same goal. We share the same goal. So.
And then I guess early in fall camp, how are you feeling health-wise?
Good. I feel really good. I'm excited. Oh yeah. I don't even know what else to say. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I feel good though. I feel really good. So.
Were you dealing with injuries your whole career, or was it just that freshman year?
It was really the freshman, sophomore-ish year. After that, it wasn't too much injuries.
You got
it was other stuff.
2 years of eligibility left, is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you mentioned Tommy, you call him Superman. What I guess is like an example of why he's a freak like that?
I think if you look at a quarterback, and you'll think of like a Tom Brady, a Ben Roethlisberger. He's like a Lamar Jackson, a Patrick Mahomes. So it's like he has a way more of a running style quarterback than your natural pro style quarterback. But he could do it all. So it's like he makes my job easier, because if he decides to hand the ball off, that's because they're worried about him. If he doesn't hand it off, well, then they're worried about us. He's going to take it. So I'm just excited about him. He's an awesome weapon to have. Him and Sean, they both have their different skill sets. They both can complement each other very well. So.
What have you seen early on in camp from the offensive line? A lot of returners there.
Very good. You can see a lot of the continuity between them. What I really enjoy a lot about here is they like to intertwine a lot of, you could say, your first string, second string, third string. They intertwine everybody in there. So it's not that, okay, you're just working with the ones, you're just working with the twos. Everybody is getting that working with everybody. But then once you do, okay, let's get the ones together, you can see how easily it flows. And you can see, okay, everybody's getting better, because there's certain circumstances that are going to be different when you have the all ones, or when you have a mix of everybody. There's different situations you'll get put in, which is great for game days.
Well, outside of football, favorite thing about Bozeman so far, whether it's food, hiking, views?
I would say the M is my favorite, the hike. Highlight Park is awesome, and the bison. I got to try bison. Bison was awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.